Be the change you wish to see in the world. This famous quote of Mahatma Gandhi has been inspiring me for the last few years. But there was a time when I used to blame others for the system and practices around. I was that girl with all the insecurities who believed that the system is not capable to protect us. My entire attitude towards change was transformed after one single incident in 2016. I was doing my PhD then. Traveling as part of conference seminars was very common. Most of the time, I used to have my fellow researchers. But that one day, I was all alone. I was traveling to Ernakulam from Katpadi. I had a reserved sleeper ticket in an express train. I boarded the train. It was around 12 in the night. The coach was dim lighted. I walked towards my berth. When I looked, the berth was already occupied by 2 persons. I was a bit confused. I looked around. Almost all the berths were occupied by more than 2 people. I even doubted whether I boarded a general compartment. Gaining confidence, I just touched the feet of that person and politely said, "Sir, this is my seat." He just woke up and he shouted bad words at me. I was literally shocked. I didn't know what to do. Since the pungent smell of cigarette and alcohol was piercing my nose, my inner sense told that this is not the right place to argue. I just moved backward. I sat near a family, the only family that boarded from Katpadi. I sat there, waited the TT to come and resolve the issue. Even after 30 minutes, no one came. I started to become a bit insecure and I tried calling helplines. After a number of calls, RPF picked my call and they said they will board from Jolarpate. They boarded the train. They asked me what the issue was. I said all. Then he said all he could do is to ask the passengers who were sleeping in that berth to move somewhere else. I inquired what is my safety when the adjacent berths are occupied by 2 or more people. He said he has nothing to do with them. So I inquired, where is the TT? He said there is no TT in this train. I was literally shocked. That cannot happen. So he just went without any concern for my safety. I again came back, start calling helplines. I was very tensed. Again, a helpline picked my call. They said they will find a solution from E-Road. Okay, fine, I am waiting. It is around again 1 hour travel. I waited. They came. A team of 7 boarded. They came into the train. They asked me, what is it? They had a couple of papers with them. So all they wanted me is to sign in that paper, which said that they resolved my issue. So I asked them, what is the solution? They said, you sit wherever you are, okay, you will be safe, ma'am. The most unrealistic, assurance I have ever got in my life. They went off. Again, I'm all alone. Now I realized that no system is going to come and help me out. The only family that was there, they were going to deboard in Coimbatore. They just deboarded. So that time, I was literally, frightened. I don't know what to do. I just got up in the upper berth. I removed my anklet. I tied my hair up. I just put the shawl over me because I didn't want anyone to realize that there is a single woman in that compartment. I didn't know what to do then. Okay, it was like, I can still feel those moments. It was like every time I hear the loud noises and the smell of alcohol, it reminded all the rape issues or the rape cases I heard till date. So I was awake with fear. So every time someone walks up and move towards the bathroom, I just move my shawl and check whether he's approaching me. That fear. And many hours passed, nothing happened, no call centers called me back or anything happened. They were all shouting, they were yelling, there were a lot of noises in the train. It was time passed At last, as thanks to my parents, I deboarded safely. But you would be thinking, what is so frightening in this, apart from you being alone? If the reservation compartment is boarded with number of unreserved passengers, if it is unchecked by a TT, if no one is there to attend the call of a lady who really wanted help, if they could the passengers could comfortably have cigarettes and smokes there, the fear that I may get raped. Deboarding at Ernakulam station, I was literally shivering. I didn't know what to do. I hated the entire system which didn't come to help me or to provide me any support when I needed the most. So I called my mom. I was still shivering. I was saying that this is what happened. She was speechless. I said, I'm going to raise a complaint. I don't want any single woman to experience the same fear I have gone through. She said, yes, you have to, because not everyone gets a second chance. I just went to the station master. I wrote a complaint. While I was writing the complaint, the tears were wetting the paper. It was not the tears of sorrow, rather the tears of hatred to the system, which couldn't help me when I needed the most. Then, coming back hostel, I wrote it in the social media. When I was sleeping, I was haunted with dreadful dreams. I could feel like I was in the train again and someone is approaching me and all. So I realized how badly I was affected. Without anything negative happening also, I was so badly affected, what if something went wrong? So this realization made me to go behind the complaint. I kept on tweeting, asking for the progress of my complaint. Nothing big happened. I found number of official accounts and asked them like, what is the status of my, like 3 days I used to ask for the updates. Nothing big happened. But one day, the things took, like you say, a different direction when I saw an article from the then Chief Commercial Officer who emphasized the need of women's safety in the train. So I just wrote a detailed mail to him saying the entire incident. I told him the solution for the problem should not come from outside the train. It should come inside. Because people are traveling, you can't wait for 1 hour to get a solution for the issue. He said he will look into the issue. Thereafter, I started getting number of calls from different officials. They asked me the solution, asked about the solution, and it kept on. Like days on days, I was getting calls. And one day, I received the most exciting call in my life. It was from the Secretary of Chief Commercial Officer. He said, they have come up with a new initiative called Train Captain. The train captain will be in the senior of all the TTs. He will be present inside the train, and he will be checking off solving the issue. It was the first initiative. It's the first time initiative that came in Southern Railway. I never thought that I'm going to create any change in the system, but something kept me trying, so that someone else do not go through the same fear I have undergone. We all have the potential to create the change. We all have the potential. But unfortunately, we don't go behind it. Once we raise a complaint, done. We don't go behind. We just stop it there. And complain that nothing is going to change. But it's not like that. We have the potential to change. This very thought that we can create the change, I started intervening and involving all the activities, all the things I thought to be changed. That is why I coordinated and volunteered in 2018 at this relief camp during the Kerala floods. That was why I came up with the concept of Changai application, a local delivery app for local governments to deliver the items during the lockdown. It was selected in the Stories of Change by Asim Premji during the COVID season in the country. So that was a realization that I got. We can create a change. We always say, it's very simple to say, nothing is going to change. But the question is, what did we do to create that change? It's always simple to say, this is not the way it has to be. Then show how it has to be. Everything that's changed till date, the system, the practices, has been triggered by someone like us. It's not that easy, but it is worth it. You won't be successful every time, but your persistence will inspire someone else to take up and move forward. Let's be the change we wish to see in the world. Thank you.